We've been talking about voter fraud, and we know why Trump's doing it. We've answered it on the show. It's a grift. He's trying to hang in there. And
in the meantime, can we add to this as well?
Yes.
He's mithering his supporters to give him money.
Yeah, we did. That's what
money's flowing into Trump at the moment.
We showed that last week where he made 200 million within the weeks of this while it was going on. This week it got to the Electoral College and it was certified, and that was the end of that. And you'd think, well, is this over? No, they're still pushing it. Sidney Powell, his lawyer, is now got a pre-action letter off Dominion, who wants to sue him because basically she's ruined their business and made everybody believe that the machines Dominion operate the voting machines that are so crucial in Georgia, where they're saying that they were that wrong that it's robbed Donald Trump of the election. Yeah. But here's the thing, I always like to talk about consequences. And if you think, well, okay, he's just having a go at trying to win, he's trying to hang in there and get a little bit of money, I mean, is there any harm in this? Well, let's have a see if there's any harm in accusing a country of engaging in voter fraud and having people believe it.
Now to breaking news. A former Houston police captain has been arrested and charged with running a repairman off the road and then pulling a gun, claiming that he was part of a massive election fraud conspiracy.
Investigators say that repairman was innocent and the allegations were false. Channel 2 investigator Mario Diaz has been reading the court documents in this breaking story. He's live in the newsroom with details. Mario.
Keith, prior to the presidential election, Mark Aguirre, a former Houston police captain, claimed there was widespread voter fraud in Harris County. He even reached out to Channel 2 Investigates. We pushed him for evidence, but Aguirre never provided any of it. Now, in a reversal of political fortune, this former HPD captain was arrested by HPD today, charged with allegedly running a repairman off the road on October 19th, holding him at gunpoint and claiming that he had 750,000 election ballots. In the end, it all appears to have been a conspiracy theory. Now, Aguirre faces the potential of up to 20 years in prison for the alleged aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. At the time, he told police that he was part of a group called Liberty Center, and what they were doing was conducting civilian investigations into ballot schemes. Investigators say Aguirre rammed the man's truck, then pointed a handgun at the repairman, forced him onto the ground. Aguirre allegedly putting his knee into the innocent man's back. No ballots were ever found. The man's truck was actually filled with air conditioning parts. The day after the incident, the DA's office says Aguirre was paid a total of $211,400 by the Liberty Center, and ultimately he was paid over $266,000. The Liberty Center is a Republican organization with a motto for God and country. This is a look at their website where they also raise money. Now, in a statement, District Attorney Kim Ogg said the following of Aguirre: he crossed the line from dirty politics to commission of a violent crime, and we are lucky no one was killed. Attorney Jared Woodfill of the Liberty Center tells me in the last 15 minutes, Dr. Horsley had hired Mark Aguirre's investigation firm, and he had a team of approximately 20 investigators on the case. Woodfill says that Dr. Horsley did not know what he was doing. He finds it hard to believe that Captain Aguirre would go stop a car, pull someone out of it, and then put a gun to the person's head. Woodfill adds Dr. Horsley was concerned and remains concerned about the integrity of elections in Harris County, the state, and nationwide. We are staying on top of this breaking story. More to come in the days ahead.
So that's what you get. That's what you get. I mean, you pump people full of passionate lies that you feed them, spoon feed them over time, and it's like radiation poisoning. They can be really reasonable, and they can start out just wondering if there might be something in it. But here's the thing. We live in a world where if somebody is elected president, there's a certain amount of credibility there. Even if you think the guy is a coarse asshole that you don't agree with and you don't like Trump. Initially people thought, well, he might grow into the job. He can't be totally stupid because he's got this company that he built up and all the rest, because we didn't know that much about him. Even though he was one of the most famous people who ever lived, we didn't know enough about him. We just didn't, because he had a very shady side to him. And this is the problem. There were certain people who thought, well, he's our president now and he's saying that there's this voter fraud. And he said about the birther situation where he accused Obama of not being American and not being birthed there. He was obviously a racist accusation. and the problem you've got now is it does go into what we have been discussing many times on the show about reality and fantasy. And this is a police chief that did this. I mean, he's kidnapping somebody because he's had private detectives following a guy, thinking that in the back of his van, not aircon repair equipment, he's got stolen ballot papers. It's insane. Insane.
It's
all
again,
of it.
It's down to that thing about who do you trust? Who do we trust anymore?
Thank you for watching. I'm impressed. You've passed the IQ test and got this far, so let's press that button to do the last thing that helps us. It's got subscribe on it, you can't miss it, and please ring the bell for notifications of future videos.